Donald Trump might, for the moment, be ahead in the polling aggregates right now. I think most of the polls that have come out within the last week show him anywhere from like 4 to 7 points ahead of Biden in a hypothetical matchup. But just last week, that was the opposite. The week before that, Trump was back ahead. So polls are shifting tremendously right now. And I mean, they're literally shifting like every 2 or 3 days, completely flip-flopping. So don't put too much faith in them. I'm certainly not. But one thing that I think is being overlooked by these pollsters, and it's a concern that Republicans are now openly talking about, according to The Hill, and that is Donald Trump is not going to win over female voters in the 2024 presidential election. Now, let's look at a little history here. In 2016, yes, Donald Trump was able to go out there to middle America, to the Midwest states, to swing states, and he actually did, at the moment, appeal to those suburban women voters. They did get behind him, not in huge numbers. I mean, numbers that should have worried the Republicans back then, but it was enough to electorally push him over the edge. Starting in 2018 with those midterms, those voters revolted against the Republican Party. They definitely broke for Biden in 2020 by huge margins compared to Donald Trump. And then in 2022, fresh on the heels of Roe versus Wade being overturned and Republicans, putting all these abortion bans in place, women did not show up for the Republican Party. And now Republicans are sounding the alarm bells saying, we're not going to win over women with Trump. And we have seen for a fact that when women don't turn out for the GOP, we lose. And it's a whole host of issues, by the way, that Donald Trump is turning off women voters. The recent E. Jean Carroll trial, that is a big one. The Access Hollywood tape that is back out there in the ether, that's a big one. His comments from just a week ago where he personally took credit for overturning Roe versus Wade. It said, I did that. Okay, that wasn't smart. And we know it's not smart, not only because we know it turns off women voters, but we also know it's not smart because 3 months ago, Donald Trump was out there telling Republicans, stop, do it, you're hurting us with women. But now Trump's embracing it, and not only is he embracing it, he's like, I'm the one who did it. Ha ha, take that, women everywhere. Reports, statistics, analyses of the 2022 election all show us that women voters, one of the biggest issues, the biggest issue for a lot of them, was the overturning of Roe versus Wade and the loss of their bodily autonomy. And they voted accordingly because of that. Even in deep red states where abortion bans were actually on the ballot, like Kansas, they got voted down. They got voted down in red states. That's how pissed off women are about these things. So you're going to put a guy, Republicans, at the top of your ticket that just a week ago was bragging that he's the one who did this? Go for it. Like, I fully support y'all doing that because that is the best way to lose an election that I could think of. Put up the guy that has been indicted, that is probably about to be indicted again, and then a little after that, he's probably going to be indicted again. And then I think there's one more coming after that. He'll be on trial next March during the primaries. He's taking credit for overturning Roe versus Wade. He just lost a trial where he was found liable for the assault of a woman in a department store changing room. And that Access Hollywood tape ain't going nowhere. So if that's the person you think is going to win over those women voters, by all means, put him at the top of the ticket and let's see what happens. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week. So if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.